Idea number 2 from Stoicism: know what you can control and what you cannot control. This is the most recognizable Stoic idea, and it appears obvious or simple at the surface, but there's some depth to it. It goes like this. It says that inner tranquility and improved outer effectiveness, they become possible when acknowledging that there are things we can control and things that we cannot control. Because the things that are within our power are naturally free from any limitation. So things like our opinions, aspirations, desires, emotions. On the other hand, the things outside of our control, they will be weak, dependent, or just totally determined by the wishes and the actions of others even. Examples of things outside of our control would be our genes, where we are born, whether we are born into a wealthy environment, the opportunities that we get, especially early on, how we are regarded by others, our status in society. So the way to tranquility, using this idea, is to remember that the things that are external, so the things that we cannot control, they are not our concern. We shouldn't spend energy and time on them. And in fact, if you spend a lot of time with those, there's also a problem of efficiency, because then you are spending all those cycles, all that energy and time on things which you're never gonna go anywhere, and you could instead be using that energy for something which you can actually control, to improve the things you can actually control that are within your reach. That's a key idea of this Stoic principle, and the same type of idea applies to events also, because some things that are external are not within our control. Some things will happen whether we want them or not. Unfortunately, circumstances do not rise to meet our expectations. Events happen as they do. People sometimes behave as they behave, while, could be just basically not meeting our expectations, could be sometimes surprised. And when something like this happens, the only thing in your power is the attitude towards it. You can either accept it or resent it. Resent it is this often approach where you kind of go into why this happened, you start blaming, etc. Accepting it is this point of view where, okay, now something happened, what can we do about it? What's the next step? What can we do, right? Given this that happened. And I think that's one thing the Stoics are very known about having that stoic and tough attitude. I think it's because of this idea that when something happens, you shouldn't go into this spiral, but you should actually understand, just accept it, and now apply your energy to what happens next. Because what really frightens us and dismays us is actually not the events themselves. Most often 99% of things that happen, they don't have any impact in our physical well-being, but it's all about the interpretation that we give to those events. It's all about how we think about them. So takeaway about this principle is we cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them. That's idea number 2.